Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's the Hump Day Happy Hour. Salute. And today we had Elijah Craig. And with that, you can take it away.
All I'm saying is, I don't know what's going on, but every time I drink a shot now, like my stomach wants to just jump out of my mouth or something. I don't know what's going on.
It's doing the tilt-a-whirl?
Yeah, I'm better now, though. All right. Oh, here we go. Up first, Marvelous Michael. How's it going? Super See the Lights. Awesome Antiquarian. Michael number 2's up in the house. Ferocious Feral Girl. And awesome AJ's in the house.
Two crazy characters. Seems we're getting to show every week. That's true.
Oh, yeah. It's like Abbott and Costello. 2023 version. Delightful Dawn is nice here.
Hey-oh!
Awesome Amazon seller. And nice Nova's in the house as well. How's it going?
What a week. There you go. That's a good way to put it. Speaking of sales, hopefully y'all had great sales, and hopefully that's what you mean by what a week. Your sales are probably through the roof. You probably had to get the Brinks truck lined up in order to get all the money.
No.
Oh. Well, you had the Brinks truck lined up to get all the money out.
Well, that's exactly what happened, yeah.
So how's everybody's sales? And we'll start with Mr. Magazine as usual.
Is it hot in here or is it me? Holy cow.
It's getting hot in here.
Anywho.
I would keep going, but we don't want to go to copyright strike.
I would say Amazon's pretty steady. No complaints. Some really good, decent days. You know, we're selling like a lot of multi-orders or high-end $100, $200, $300 items, which is great. Website's good. DVD site's good. eBay. If it weren't for like the $100 to $1,000 items we're selling, we would really be in trouble because our sale numbers are down as far as orders per day.
So from what I remember, your average ticket price is $22, $24, something like that on eBay. I think we figured it out before.
Yeah.
And so what you're seeing is your sales, the ones that are making you, are the $100, which is well beyond your average ticket price.
Right. Yeah, we'll sell a $200 item, $500, $1,000, and then all those tens and 20s are definitely non-existent almost. You know,
interesting.
We're selling more magazines and comics on Amazon than we are on eBay at this point.
That's very interesting.
And the website's making more money than eBay, which is always good.
Wow.
Let's see.
Who told you to get a website years ago?
Me.
yes, that's the answer.
Cool Kelly's in the house.
Struggle this week, but overall up for the month. Wow.
All right, that's all right. As long as you're up, better than being down.
It's true.
Lovely Linda.
Oh, sitting in a camper.
Nice.
At the spring flea market. I am jealous.
That does sound exciting.
I'm jelly, as we kids say. What was that?
I'm shaking the sweat off my head.
That's for me on eBay. Overall, I can't complain about this month.
Oh, we got an early hit the like button. All right.
Do appreciate it.
Yeah. Juicy John's in the house.
Not great sales. I haven't been listening for a week. Outside spring cleaning.
All right.
And garden taking all my free time, which is one of the excuses of the week. Yeah. Very good weekend. Nice. Lots of stuff.
Wow.
Okay, and that's kind of interesting too, Feral Girl. Remember what she said there at the end. That has been listed forever. Yep.
Like Batman's Forever.
Very similar.
Hold on. Awesome. Aaron's in the house. He's in Branson. Is that where like the Country Music Hall of Fame is or something?
All right. Yeah.
All right. See if they got any adult stuff in the Country Music Hall of Fame.
Or Dolly Parton stuff.
Oh, yeah. This is good. Yeah.
Sales up 25% compared to last month. Up 89%. Wow. Calamity is kicking butt and taking names.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Holy mackerel. Weekend was good. Monday, putrid. Yesterday was mute. And today is 0.
All right. All right. There you go. And again, the Sundays are really garbage for me on eBay. For whatever reason, it's like everyone takes the day off on Sunday.
It is the Sabbath.
Oh.
Nothing 1 week. Good sales next. Rinse, repeat for months.
Yeah. Awesome art.
The Joke Writers Union sent me to make sure no one's crossing. There will be no good jokes tonight, Art of Flipping. And that is a guarantee.
Marvelous Meredith's in the house. How's it going? Yep.
eBay isn't good. Mercury has been good. eBay is open this afternoon. Oh, that's nice. Maybe with some rain, and they were closed down for the rain.
Yeah. Big Trolls in the house.
Back selling and feeling good. Nice. Yeah. Sales were decent. Last 2 days have been total crapola.
The Amazon's good or really good, so I'll take it either way.
First day of listing, 30. Whoa,
pretty good. Impressive. Good success rate.
But you're not getting ahead of the game there.
Gorgeous Guide Guru. What's up?
Okay, sales, great sourcing opportunities. Been doing a high bid again with some good finds. Nice.
Nice. All right.
All righty. Oh,
Marvelous Michelle's in the house. How's it going?
so what I have noticed is my eBay is okay. My Amazon is really good. As you know, I went away to Springfield, Ohio for the weekend,
Yeah.
and I came back and I had 10 sales on eBay to pack up. Now I left Thursday, we'll call it noon on Thursday.
Yeah.
I left noon on Thursday, got home at, we'll call it noon on Sunday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 days. I had 10 items to pack on eBay. 3.5 items or 3 1/3 items a day,
Makes
which
sense
is
why
terrible.
you aborted eBay for whatnot. I guess that's a good call.
21 items on Amazon. So that's 7 items a day I'm selling. And last week was the first week in eons, which is a mighty long time.
It is a long time.
That is a mighty long time. That I actually sold more on Amazon than I did on eBay. Now you and I'm going to put you on the spot here, Mr. Magazine. What else
Okay.
is new?
Mhm.
What is? I don't want numbers, but in comparison, what is my average ticket price on eBay versus Amazon? Which one is a higher average ticket price than what I have
I
listed?
would say your eBay's a lot higher.
Yep. And I found that very, very interesting that Amazon, where my prices are lower, I did basically more sales last week. And it ties
Yeah.
into what we've been talking about for the last 3 or 4 weeks about the economy not doing good.
Right.
People are buying the low
Right.
end stuff because Amazon, I'm literally, I've got a few
Yeah.
items left that are $2 on Amazon
Right.
plus shipping. So we add the shipping in, we're talking $6 to $12 sales
Right.
are what I'm making on it. Not that I'm not making a higher one here or there,
Right.
but my sales are $6 to $12 on Amazon. And I made more last week than I did on eBay with higher prices.
Well, can I make a suggestion? Because
Yeah, of course.
you don't need the money. You got your day job and all that.
Yes, because
So,
I'm going to dress like Mr. Moneybags next week.
well, why don't you experiment like what I do? Since eBay's down and Amazon's up for June to July, try to
Run a
pound out
sale or
Amazon.
something?
Well, try to pound out
Oh.
Amazon. Just list Amazon. If you got a couple unique eBay items, fine. But pound out the $10, $20 from Amazon. I bet your Amazon sales will start going up more.
Even more.
Yeah, absolutely. Anik's in the house. Anik, I got that hoodie returned again. The post office doesn't know why, but if we can get it to you, just let me know if there's an address issue, or I'll try it for the third time just to let me know either way. All right.
Sales votes were down 50% on Monday, 70% on Tuesday. A little better today, but never had 2 bad days in a row like that.
Wow,
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, it's the lower end stuff that's selling. I ran a bigger percent off and had some good sales.
It does help.
But over on eBay, I am noticing, and it kind of tied in with what I believe it was Feral Girl said earlier, my older items are what's selling.
We're getting some of that as well too. Cheaper stuff because we lowered the price, or we relisted them, or put them on sale, and yeah, definitely.
And the older stuff is the cheaper stuff for me.
Yeah.
And it really is that the older, cheaper items are what is selling right now. Now, obviously, I could run a sale. I could do this. I could do that. Try to goose sales. I don't want to do that. Especially the other problem with running a sale, unless I really do a lot of work with it, is if I've got something for $12.11 and I start running a 40% off sale, I'm selling for $7. I don't really want to be running around trying to find it and pack it and all that.
Oh,
the problem
we're having is we may sell 10 or 20 items a day now, and we can't, older stuff and cheap, and we can't find a few of them because they're from 10, 12 years ago. They've been, the shop, they've been to the warehouse 1, 2, and now they're new. So, stuff happens.
Last week, 35 sales on eBay, which is atrocious. 23 of them were promoted.
Wow.
So we're at 66 promoted, 66% promoted roughly, which is the highest it's been so far. And offers report 127 offers, 113 last week. So it's getting a little more traffic.
Yeah.
45 of those 127 were old. So definitely trending old on what eBay is showing people as well. Definitely trending old. So that's kind of interesting. Now, the excuse of the week, of course, is NBA playoffs, and everybody went to Springfield, Ohio, I would think.
Yes.
Everybody. It was crazy.
I would say so, yeah.
I did sell, and this was funny because I sold them when I was gone. So, of course, I came back to something sold on $1,000,000 Peddlers and Vivs-Views when I'm in a hurry trying to find everything, and I got to find stuff over there too. But I did sell one item on $1,000,000 Peddlers, 2 items on Etsy, and 1 on Vivs-Views. Let's see what else is going on, and we'll talk about the buys.
Super SMPs in the house. How's it going? Triple G's here.
Changed my listing, allow best offer, but auto decline left 20. Oh, see, and that's interesting, God. I never really have looked at that. I didn't realize you could do a percentage.
That's pretty cool.
That is nice. Yeah, seems to
try
do
that
well.
out, yeah.
Don't get those insulting offers. Well, but then we'd have no show. Down 51%. I need a shot. Come on, by. We still got a little Elijah Craig left.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Lucky Lee's in the house.
Awesome.
Let's see how lucky your sales are.
Oh, awesome. Eating a pulled pork. Oh, you are living large.
So jealous right now. I like to leave. I like to just get up and leave.
Watching a fave YouTube show, live show, and then watching us in the background, apparently.
Yeah, cool.
cheaper. Better than nothing. Yeah, you're right. And again, I listed it to sell it.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to have it gone. I mean, I'm not complaining about that side of it. That being said, I'd like to sell some higher price stuff too. Because as a mutual friend of ours did say years ago, and he's slightly off, but he's pretty much right. It takes as much time and effort to list, sell, and pack $1,000 item as it does a $10 item. So why not sell the $1,000 item?
Absolutely, yeah.
When you get down to it. 2 non-payers.
Yep. You know what I had, Paperboy?
What did you have, Mr.
I had 2 non-items in the return boxes.
Whoa, what are you talking about?
Just got them today. Well, they were sitting around for maybe a week, but a box from USA, box from Canada, CGC Comics, returns. Both were empty. That's a problem.
Did you sell that? Did you sell something, or did you send empty boxes out?
I don't know. We have to look up the tracking number, the addresses, and names, and see what's going on. But I hope I didn't, refund them already. Just assuming they returned the item, but we'll see what happens.
Wow.
So not good.
So fraud could be on the increase.
Yeah, and
as well.
one was insured for $200. I said her value from Canada. So wow, can't trust those Canadians, right, Don?
Nice. There you go. Like button equals sales. Yeah, throw Dawn under the bus. Not her fault. About the percentage. Someone in the chat actually mentioned a few weeks ago. Oh, thanks, chat. How about buys? Given that nothing is selling, I'm sure you're not buying anything, Mr. Magazine.
Well, I had a huge buy that we'll get to shortly, and then I'm like, finally, it's over with. I can start saving some money. Then I get a call from a gentleman that's had a 40-year Playboy collection, which, yes, you say Playboys, but he had the first issue through.
Wow.
But that wasn't even the best part of it. He's collected every autographed Playmate card since 1990, including all the deceased ones that were available when they came out.
Right.
So he had about 600 signed Playboy cards, which some of them are $100, $200, $300, $400, $500 or more. So I wasn't spending, I wasn't expecting to spend $10,000 extra on top of this big deal, but I just had to get it. I had to have that collection. It's stuff that we can make money on. And I'm a sucker.
I for once we're not arguing. Shifty bunch. That's funny.
And how about you?
I'm glad you asked. Townwide yard sales this Saturday. So my first buying of 2020. Wow, Don. Wow. Can you imagine if you hadn't bought this year?
I would not need to borrow money, or I can do anything I want. I could be buying my dream car. Who knows? Yep.
Did I have any buys? Why, yes, I did. Glad you asked. First, very selective on purchases. Okay.
No, we try, and that never works out.
No, that does not work out at all. Great yard sale last weekend. 150 hats. Whoa,
that's nice.
Wow, nice. That is a good deal,
stuff,
John.
yeah.
That is. I don't know hats, and even I would buy it at that price.
Right,
You
can't pass on that stuff. Yeah.
You and I both buy that. And
good job. Sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, that is impressive. I don't think I could do that.
Well, first, Mr. Magazine and I did have a big deal. It ended up being high 5 figures. We were asked not to talk about it right now by the people who sold it to us. Let's just say that it was very interesting, and we'll go more into detail as time passes on it. High 5 figures, 3 of us. It was a good deal. See what I made here on my notes here about it. We'll definitely make money. We wanted to do a video, and then we were kind of shot down by the seller's family. So we said, okay. And then we respected that, of course. Would have made a great video, though. But as time goes on, within the next 6 or so months, it should be liquidated, and then we can talk about about it. But and at that point, we'll know what we ended up making off the deal as well. But nice stuff on that.
Yeah, very cool.
As to my own buys, leaving that large buyout, I don't know if you were aware, I went over to Springfield, Ohio.
Never heard that word before.
Yeah, exactly.
It's almost as rare as how many days left to retirement.
Oh, we're glad you went. Actually, this is interesting. Well, first off, it is 42 weeks, 2 days, but who's counting? I actually figured out actual days logging in, leaving out in case I get sick along the way. I have 160 days of actual work where I have to punch the clock and do some work.
Wow, nice.
So got it down to there. Now we know exactly how many days of work I'm going to do.
So after that's done and you're down to 0, is it supposed to be like AD when you start saying, oh, 1 day since no job?
Exactly.
Days,
Yes.
112 days since no job.
Well, that would be really annoying.
Oh, I know. This isn't.
Hello, Popeye's postcard. Whoa, 24,000 postcards, some auction wins from my dealer at an antique show in Fisherville, Virginia. Look at you, Popeyes. Nice, and welcome in. One of the OGs. I think we're all suckers for a good deal, so Mr. Mag shouldn't feel bad.
Sure,
yeah. Buy now if you can. September is around the corner. That is true. And remember, we can expense it. Injure yourself so you're housebound for several months. I actually have, believe it or not, Dawn, I have figured it out. I have more sick days than I have days of work left. So if I injured sick days and vacation, etc. So if I really injured myself, I wouldn't have to work another day in my life. My boss said, when are you going to start working? But that's a whole other story. But so yes, I went over to Springfield, Ohio. The problem was a couple of problems. I was over there Friday and Saturday. I don't know if I was dehydrated, which I probably was, or if it was sleeping in the hotel, and I had it all dried out, and my sinus headache and all that. Mrs. Papergoy went with me, and she actually mentioned that you just really are not into this on Friday. I was walking around, and I just was not into buying. I just did not feel well at all. In fact, I went across the street to the gas station and bought some sinus medicine and everything, and just didn't buy a lot on Friday.
Could it be, I mean, interrupt you, could it be that the day before you drink 4 gallons of cranberry juice and 7 glasses of water at the collection?
That could be part of the problem, yes.
You weren't hydrated then. You're dehydrated then.
That could be part of the problem, yes. Well, I had a drug test coming up. What can I say?
If he gets into your house, don't ever offer him a drink because it'll be
drink you
everything
out
will
of
be
house
gone.
and
Yeah, it'll be gone. Yep.
But then Saturday I felt a little better. The problem Saturday morning is it was raining, and the sale opened at 8 o'clock in the morning. I got there at 8:30, and 90% of the stands were still closed.
Wow. That's a bummer.
It was on that part there, but luckily Mrs. Papergoy didn't have any problem at all walking around and staying at the show. I ended up spending $587, something like that. Did do a good video, a good haul video out of it. Picked up some really good stuff as well. And I did meet with the auction professor who says hello.
Hello back.
Had a good lunch with Don, the auction professor, shot a video with him. I'll be appearing over on his channel as well. It was a lot of fun over there as well. So some good stuff up. The videos we'll be doing the Monday bonus videos. I will not be doing next week because of Memorial Day. But I will be doing the following 2 Mondays after that, just to let you know. So I'm sure you mark your calendar, Mr. Magazine.
You got it.
Seriously lacking both the size and quantity of beards. That is true, Jackass. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We're like a poor man's Pure Hustle podcast.
True.
That's a good point. Well, there's a little beard here. It just is really, really light on me.
That's probably why I can't buy anything for $1 and sell it for $1,000.
Wow. Throw Orlando under the bus there. Wow. East Coast Jack talking to camera check. Thick earthy beers fail. Oh, I see what you're doing, Jackass Retro. You're trying to get a whole East Coast, West Coast rivalry going here. Oh, I see. I get it now. Alrighty. How about glitch of the week? I know that a lot of people had a bunch of glitches this week. I was hearing about the glitches from people left and right. I know there were some major glitches going on the mobile app. Luckily, we don't do that way. It was creating a whole bunch of drafts for people. It had a whole bunch of different the item specifics, people filling them in, and it wasn't accepting them.
Mhm.
I was over on Primetime Treasure Hunter, good friend of the channel. He has a Facebook group, and get this, somebody or other, they did a screenshot of it. They had a hard drive for sale.
Mhm.
The one of the item specifics was how many gallons it could hold.
Try it out and see.
That's what I told them. I answered their post and I said, you should contact eBay and tell them that you tried to fill in the item specific, but ruined your hard
Yeah,
drive filling it with water, and keep calling back and see how many times you get hung up on.
Wow.
He goes, well, of course. And there I went and said it. But post office had a couple this week. We're trying to track something from Mr. Magazine. USPS.com. Sorry, we're currently experiencing technical difficulties with our tracking application. We thank you for your patience while we work to resolve the issue. Please check back. Because you wouldn't want to use tracking in the post office.
Exactly right.
No. There you go, John. Liz's keyboard never tried the hard drive. There you go. Now he'll be able to list on eBay with that item specific. And then post office appears a second time. Mr. Magazine got an email and we still don't know what it was for. We regret to inform you that your missing items cannot be located due to insufficient information with tracking.
Yeah, I still don't know what it is. There's no information.
Well, we have the tracking number.
Yeah.
What more do you need when you get down to it? What more do you need? eBay was super slow loading their listing page on Thursday. Another thing, and somebody or other reached out to me on this, and I know we've mentioned it before, and I don't know if it's a glitch or not, but if you bought something from me Monday, and you haven't paid, and I resend you an invoice today, it resets the timer to today. So you get 4 days from the day that I send you the re-invoice on that over there. Oh, Terapeak is still down. I didn't know it was down at all. Been down all day.
Wow.
Oh, wow. See now, Memphis Blazer. Hello. I've not had that problem, but I was only on this morning using Terapeak. It was working this morning at 5 o'clock in the morning Eastern. Wow, didn't know that. And then the other thing over here is, and then apparently on the mobile, people were listing, and we don't list on the mobile, but apparently there's a little button in the corner that you can press, and it kind of does an AI fill-in of your listing for you, your description.
Yeah.
And a couple of people did it, and I read the examples, and here's the problem that I see. Have you been on Mr. Magazine on people's listings, and they'll sit there and they'll list limited edition Dale Earnhardt car, limited to 10,000.
Okay.
And they'll say in their listing, rare car. There's 10,000 of them. It's not rare.
No, not at all.
Rare is 5. Right. Rare is 3. Rare is not 10,000. Well, the listings that the AI does is all, I mean, it makes wrestling seem toned down. They're sitting there talking about, this is a one-of-a-kind, great addition to your collection. You absolutely need this. This is awesome. And it's like, you're really overhyping that $8 postcard.
Yeah, exactly.
No, and if everybody starts using that, what's that going to do? I use rare. I use uncommon is what I use. I'll use rare if it really is rare. Yeah. Otherwise, if I can find one or two other examples, I'll say uncommon.
Well, it's funny when they'll say something's rare, like a Star Wars figure. I'm like, geez, I got 3 of them in inventory. I must be lucky.
Well, but that's what I see. The problem is AI is hyping everything. Yeah. And of course, the buyers are going to not, A, they don't know who does AI versus who doesn't use AI. And B, how are they going to know whether to trust people when they say it's rare?
Yeah.
If AI is saying that every other thing is rare.
Well, it gives you another reason you can return something. It's not really rare.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
A torch is passed by John F. Kennedy. Rare.
Oh my God.
There's only 30 million of those sitting out there. I called eBay about the invoice date reset according to tech that is performing as designed. Oh, okay. Thank you. Jeff came in.
Oh, hey, Jeff, how's it going? Good evening.
I told them they were full of, there's a few days, and it's been on and off working that way. Sometimes it resets it and sometimes it doesn't. And it's been going back a while. The good news, the invoice does not affect the real-time purchase date. Oh, it does not? Okay. I'll have to see, I do manual cancellation, but I will try to cancel I'll try to cancel tomorrow and I'll report back. Very good. Thank you. I'll let you guys know. Is the sleaziest used car salesman you've ever met. Apologies to sleazy used car salesman. Hey, I hope to be a sleazy used car salesman one day. But my whole thing is I'm going to be selling hearses, and I'll be like, what's it going to take to get you in this today?
There you go.
Do you get it? Because it's a
Yes,
hearse,
it's a
and
hearse,
that's where
yes.
dead people go.
Yeah, I got you.
Do
Yeah,
you get my joke? Okay.
I do.
I'm
I want to remember that one.
I'm just checking. Rare is a waste of valuable characters. Yeah, no, I agree. I've had some sheet music that I think is probably rare, but I never used the word. Just because I can't find it online doesn't mean it's necessarily right. Yep. My only thing on that, Don, would be if you're talking some regional type issue that's from 1858, you probably can call it rare at that point. If
But do
you
you
can't find
even
any
really
other.
need to, because no one's searching on rare, and
Well, no, I
the
would do
person
it.
that wants it will know it's rare anyways. They're looking for that anyhow.
I do it in the description, just to point out, this is really hard to find. And I know a mutual friend of ours who used to be a research librarian. He searches everywhere, and if he says that it's rare because he's gone and searched,
Right.
lots of different databases, and if he can't find it and says it's rare, well, then it probably is rare because
Right,
he's done searching way beyond what any of us would ever do on that as well. Couple of site changes over there. It's kind of interesting on items sold. So you go on eBay, you actually sold an item. I actually did it once as an experiment, and I clicked on the item, and there's two different pages that show up when an item sells. Neither one can you print postage from.
Right.
And one of them only has like 2 options, and the other has like 4, like relist and things like that. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And another change that I noticed, and it's very intermittent, and I want to know if anybody else has seen this. If you go to your seller hub and you have items up for auction, if you still do auctions, twice when I've gone on, it will say I have 2 items that have bids on. Twice next to the number 2, which tells how many items,
Yeah.
it will, in parentheses, will tell me the dollar amount of the bids. Have you seen that yet?
No.
It only happened twice, and then I went back to the page and it wasn't there. So I don't know if it's in beta. I don't know if it was just some kind of a glitch. I think it's a good idea that you can just quickly look and go, okay, I've
Right.
got 7 items that are going to sell at auction and they're for $140. Okay, that's
Right.
cool to know.
Yeah.
I don't have to click to see, especially because I can go back to the page later. Yep, still 7, still 140. Okay, nothing. Oh, wait, now it's 195. What got bid up? I've seen it twice, but that was it. Otherwise, it has not been showing up. So it's kind of weird. Rare, antique, holy grail. Yeah, there you go. Original patina Carpenter's Cup as is. Wow. Except you forgot the LQQK, jackass. Got to throw an LQQK in. Oh, there you go. That's the poor man's LQQK. Declaration of his full providence.
Nice.
I sold 3 of those last week. They were my only 3 sales. And then Whatnot is not showing pre-bids if you are on the Android. It's showing it on the computer, but not on the Android. So, but they did fix their glitch there where it didn't show the bookmarks on Android. So they're slowly working it on that over there. Head on into the item of the week. And today's item is this. I picked this up out at Springfield. Top value stamps. Always take a look at that. Who did the artwork on this, Mr. Magazine?
Looks like Norman Rockwell.
Why, indeed it is. Kind of neat over here because A, it's a Norman Rockwell cover. You definitely want to mention Norman Rockwell Rare. Norman Rockwell in the title on this over here. But these things always sell because they're great. They've got lots of different, they got yard things, they got toys, all this kind of thing in there, electronics. But here's an interesting thing, and anybody who's into advertising, were you aware, Mr. Magazine,
wow,
that you could use your books to buy cars?
That's amazing.
I was not aware of that.
How many you need?
Why, and glad you asked, Mr. Magazine. To win a Ford Mustang Mach 1, 1,040 books. So if you had saved up 1,040 top value books, you could have gotten a Mustang back.
And now it's probably like $150,000 vehicle.
A Sporty Javelin, 924 books. A Chevy Camaro, 916 books.
It must be hard to get that many books. Right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I would think that you're not getting those very easily. But these are great. Do all 24 pictures on something or other like this. Do as a little bit of each. Do the cars, obviously. Minimally, these will sell for $25 to $30. You can ask more, especially with a good listing on these kind of things. But you'll find them out there, and you'll be able to pick them up. I paid $1 for this. They're out there between the Norman Rockwell, between the cars, between the toys. Definitely something to keep your eyes looking out for out there. 60s and 70s on these over here. So did want to show you these over here. If you're not into paper, definitely keep your eyes open for things like that. Kind of neat. Neat little item there. And who knew about the cars? I certainly didn't. People are saying they're all for water.
All right. We got here.
Yes, some of these titles actually work. Whether it helps sell, however, is difficult to tell. That is very true. I won't stoop to emojis, though. There you go.
Norman Rockwell.
Sounds like the Captain Planet crap in the back of comics. Yep. Norman Rockwell collector plate. Little boy as Dr. Scarce. Oh, there you go. You could. Yes, indeed, you could, Lee. You could buy with green stamps. You could buy a car. 1,040 books. You could have bought a Ford Mustang. I'm still saving them up. I might be able to get a Yugo in a few years. Head on over into insulting offer of the week. I didn't have any insulting offers. I just had those annoying offers. A lot of $24 items are offering me 10 and
you 30, think about it.
30. Yeah. I didn't even have to think. I could deny them, but it didn't quite reach the I'm insulted. It's like, $36 offer. They offer me 15 on it. I'm going, I'm not taking that, especially with the free shipping. I'm not taking that. But there was nothing, no $100 offers. They offer me 2 or anything like that. However, Mr. Magazine came through in spades this week.
Cool.
At a 1961 Dub City Cadillac. Now, obviously, it's not from 1961, but it's a 1961 Cadillac made, in the last 10 years. On card, asking $13.76. He got a $1.50 offer. What did that cost new, Mr. Magazine?
Probably $6-7. Yep, and I'm sure they're sold out because it's probably 10 years old.
He had a Noah Gray refractor card. He was asking $18.49. He got a $1 offer. What does, I'm sure you would have shipped it in a hard holder.
Oh, yeah.
What's a hard holder cost?
Quarter.
Yeah, so that's a quarter right there on its own.
Yeah.
He had an OS2 magazine of games, $26.50 item, $3 offer. I mean, people are offering you 10%.
Oh, it's crazy.
There was a third-party market in green stamp books, much like gift cards. Classified ads. Wow. Art of Flipping, you can still sell green stamp books these days. And I believe if you search green stamps, they still have a website and there still is value to the green stamps.
Wow.
That's why people will actually buy those still. So yeah, you can still trade things in for green stamps, if I remember right. As of a few years ago, you could.
That's crazy.
Definitely check that out, though. Look up green stamps on the internet. See, we're the only reselling channel that tells you that.
Yeah.
Everybody else is holding that close to the vest, but we're telling you.
Yeah. True.
I really need a hobby. Finn Balor Funko. Oh, this was interesting. Finn Balor Funko Pop, Mr. Magazine had $13.76, a $2 offer. So Mr. Magazine got a little offended on that. And then you looked into how many $2 Funkos were there?
There was quite a bit.
There were 10,000 or something.
It was a lot
that sold. And you said there were
and then I broke it down to free shipping, and there were still hundreds of those.
How do you make money? $2 free shipping on a Funko?
You can't because they're 12 ounces boxed. So and that's going to be
four something minimum. 4 or 5 plus the box, plus the fees.
Yeah, that's crazy. It was just I was bored for 10 minutes, but we learned a lot.
Yeah, no,
because I'm like, there's no way this guy's buying these from somewhere else. Let me look and see if anyone's idiotic enough to sell them that cheap. And we found some idiots.
Wow. You had a Duplico. I may have said that wrong. Masters of the Universe figure on card, $176. You got offered $50 on it. You had a $74 Manor magazine, $10 offer. What is wrong with people?
Crazy.
And then you had whatever this is, Ahmad Sauce Gardner Panini patch card.
Yep.
129 euros. You got offered 35 euros on it. So you are getting, you got
Yeah.
5 or 6 offers of 25% or less.
Yeah, I'm not desperate like to that effect, And I have been doing some counters, which have been paying off. So if someone wants, you see, I got a $50 item and they're offering 30, I will go to like $41 just to see if we can hit it at 40. And sometimes it works. So with sales down, it can help a little bit, but stuff like that, I just move on.
Oh, I did want to mention too at Springfield, I did
Name again.
I did meet 42 weeks, 2 days. I did meet again Ben New to You Provisions, and it was actually kind of funny. I was supposed to be buying some stuff off them, but Mrs. Paperboy wanted to leave because it was rainy and everything, so we were going to leave, but we wound up sticking around. And I was actually at a dealer, kneeling down on the ground in the wet rain or the wet grass, digging through this box of paper. And I was saying something other to the guy, or Ben came back. He goes, "Paper guy, I wondered who would be back here digging through old nasty paper." I'm like, "Yep."
There you go.
So I had a good 5-minute talk with him as well. Good to see him as well. But yep, anybody who thinks that I'm not the real deal, not willing to go and get myself all dirty and wet and nasty to try to find something or other. No, trust me, Ben can definitely tell you I was right down there. As a reverse of insulting offers, guy offered 25 on a 35 autograph. I declined. He came back at 30. I declined. He finally bought it full price. Wow,
That's rare.
Wow.
Yep.
We'd be more like 25 cents on a $35 autograph.
This is really impressive.
Wow. Honestly, got a Cadillac. Woo. Wonder how many stamp books that took and how. I mean, Linda, did she earn all those stamps through buying the stuff, or did she pick them up through the classifieds, or did she like know a shopkeep? Because everybody uses that word. Did she know a shopkeep who just gave her all this, gave her the cards? Oh,
lucky leaves in the house.
We will smash that.
Thank you. For sure. Absolutely. I will certainly do that.
That's funny. You made us laugh. But if we all grew thick, girthy beards, people would start respecting.
I believe that.
Right. Oh, yes. Yes, I think so too. Take the rest of my life. You see how sparsely my beard grows in. Couple of other things over here. Customer issues. Mr. Magazine had 2.
Sounds like that's down for the week.
This one was odd. He had a football helmet, a signed Hall of Fame football helmet.
Yep.
What did it have? Like 51 signatures or something
50,
crazy?
Yeah, 50 signatures, 51, something like that. With certificate, all legit.
But it had 2 signatures of Joe Perry, not from Aerosmith. The football player Joe Perry had 2 signatures of him on there. So it had 50 different and then a duplicate of Joe Perry. Yeah. He refused to buy it because it had that second one.
Right.
Aren't there ways to remove signatures?
You could, and I don't know if you can fully get it removed.
Oh, okay.
You might be able to get 90% of it removed. There'll be some marker absorbed in that helmet. Yeah.
But my other question is, unless they're side by side,
okay, who cares? And then, like, if you go to resell it, that person's most likely not going to have the same point of view as you.
Well, my other question is, unless they literally are side by side, if one's on one side, one's on the other side, who's going to pay attention?
Usually, it's a bonus when someone's saying something twice, like the front of the cover, back cover, something. But this gentleman knows his reason, or offer less. Say, because I've had it for sale for a couple of years. Offer $100 less. Maybe I take it. Who knows?
Well, and the other thing, Mr. Magazine got an email from Amazon. Was asked. It was a magazine that he sold. Can you drop off the package at the bottom of this chair inside next to the water hose box, please? Thank you.
I did respond.
Did you do it?
No.
I mean, did you drop it off?
I said, I'm not your mailman, but I'll talk to the post office for you, see what they can do. And they were happy about that. Like, they had no clue.
Can you drop off the package at the bottom of this chair? And there was no picture, so you don't know which chair it is.
Yeah, no idea.
Oh, I'm sorry. They dropped it off at the wrong chair.
You can't make this stuff up. Seriously, it's crazy.
I have a customer issue. Started a return on the first, still hasn't shipped. I'm not saying a word. Yep, that's exactly right, Guy Guru. Exactly right. You hope that they forgot that they may have been fishing for a partial refund. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
Some interesting other things. So I read about this one in the news. A lady bought 4 ceramic plates at Salvation Army. She paid $8.
Nice.
So $2 a plate. Turns out they were original Pablo Picasso plates.
What the heck?
Worth $40,000, $10,000 a plate. Nice little return on $2 out there. FBI's
How do you
watching it
find
for
that
his
out
mic
though?
drop.
Because you're buying these plates to what? Just collect?
Well, she saw them, and I saw a picture of it, and it did kind of look like a
Oh, okay.
Picasso kind of thing. So she
Okay.
got home, and so she did some
Oh,
research on it.
nice. Okay.
She just saw them and said, "Oh, that's an interesting design on them," and it turns out they were original Pablo
Wow,
Picassos.
that's amazing.
Another thing over there, a dad found, and I'm not a suit guy, but I read this online. He won a Cornellini suit jacket for $8 at a thrift store. It was a $1,600 suit jacket for $8.
Wow.
So the things are still out there as far as that stuff goes. Couple of other things.
I wonder the location though, where he's finding this. Is it like Hollywood, Beverly Hills? Is it some like, Manhattan? Who knows?
Or is it Manhattan, or is it Manhattan, Kansas? Nothing against Manhattan, Kansas. I mean, it could be,
Yeah.
who knows?
Yeah.
Saw a headline, and I hate this because I hate us to turn into the doom and gloom station, but sometimes U.S. consumers take frugal turn as inflation persists. So people are cutting back on their buying, which kind of ties right into
Yeah.
what we're all seeing as well. And then Christie's had an art sale, the Gerald Feinberg collection, of course. They actually lowered reserves on a whole bunch of things to try to make sure they could sell more items.
Wow.
3 items did not sell, but they had really good sell through on it. $153 million of stuff at the sale, but it was well short of the estimates.
Wow.
So the art market is having some issues as well on that. And then Fanatics is supposedly, according to the rumors, according to ESPN, is buying PWCC.
Wow.
So now the big question people are asking is, after Fanatics gets into PWCC, will they be allowed back onto eBay with Fanatics behind them? Because if you remember, they were kicked off eBay allegedly for bidding, shill bidding.
Yeah.
So it'll be kind of curious to see what ends up
Did they
happening.
say how many millions?
Nobody said on that, but it'll be interesting to see. And then I wanted to show Chuck. I found an old school listing this morning. Mars Attack is a non-sports card set. Really popular one from the 1960s. Definitely do look for it if you're out there. I've only ever found one card in the wild.
Wow.
One, that was it. They're hard to find. Even harder to find is Marte Ataca, which is the Spanish set from Argentina. Somebody's got the setup for sale, Mr. Magazine. The entire set, 1966. What are they asking on it?
Wow, $1. Wow. $2,000 shipping. Interesting.
So somebody is still trying the old, we'll charge $1 and charge $2,000 on shipping trick.
Amateur hour.
I certainly took a look on it because I go, $1?
Yeah.
I would like that set.
Yeah.
Oh, with $2,000
Was there a reserve
shipping.
on it?
No, but he figures $2,001 he'd be happy with.
Yeah. How many cards in the set?
55 or something like that, 54, something like that. Some of these stories about buying something low at thrift and finding out it's worth thousands makes me automatically think it's a paid for advertising. Could be. You could be. I'm gullible. I go right along with it. And then the do you remember probably a month ago, I brought the story that was up for auction, the world's oldest near complete Hebrew Bible?
Yes.
From, I don't know, 10th century or something other like that. They were thinking it was going to go for $50 million. Somebody got a bargain. It only went for $38 million times our tough.
Wow.
So if you are the winner of the $38 million Bible, hold on to it for a few years, and I think you'll do really, really. Did you buy it?
I did not buy it.
You probably would have told us back in the buy section.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, we're going to head into everybody's favorite time now, the main topic with the big reveal, because Mr. Magazine has no idea what we're talking about tonight. Why should today be any different than every other show we've ever done? So today's topic, Mr. Magazine, is the evolution of your sourcing. Take it away, Mr. Magazine. Your thoughts on that?
Well, in my opinion, for me, I'm taking my sourcing to a new level. I'm saving some money. So what I did was, we all know my box truck issue, catalytic converters. It was 15-year-old box truck. I sold it off. I didn't have a box truck, and then my buddy that bought it from me fixed it up and let me use his, and then he sold it. So now I don't have a box truck, and it really comes. You don't realize how much you use something until it's gone. and I've been wanting to get a new one. You know, they're going to cost more money, so I can expense it. You know, and again, Aaron's driving all over the country. We're renting Penske's $2,000 every time we're going to go somewhere. So I bit the bullet. I bought a 1-year-old box truck, a little bigger. It's like a 20-foot one.
No special license, no special.
No special license. Got the dually on the back. I mean, it's things like new, 38,000 miles, so that's very low for that.
You got a cage on the.
Got a cage on a catalytic converter. We're gonna get a backup cam. I just paid
now they got to steal the cage.
Well, I don't. There's some cables or something, so it's gonna take you a long time to break through. So hopefully that'll be a deterrent. But and I got an extended warranty, so I look at it this way: every time Aaron needs to drive all over the country, I got a new vehicle that can last. Where my old one I didn't really trust going all over the place. So as far as sourcing goes, maybe we'll do more out of state buying now because we have more opportunity. Cost will be lower instead of $2,000 for the truck. Now we're just paying for gas and whatever the payment is. So we'll see.
Nice.
And yes, Aaron, it does have air conditioning.
Oh, look at that! Yeah, 455.
Yes.
4 windows down, 55 miles an hour. The old school air conditioning. See what people said there, and then I'll give my thoughts. I'm cutting the pages out of that Bible and selling the pages on eBay. There you go, Popeyes. Nice.
Get them graded. I'm sure they'll sell them graded.
See, he found a good use for his whatnot money.
Yeah, there you go.
Couple of things over here. At some point, and I didn't tell you this, Mr. Magazine. That's thankfully we don't talk off the show. That's actually true.
Yeah, well, you hate the phone. I don't know if they know that or not.
I do despise the phone.
Such a strong word, but go ahead.
Mrs. Papergoy and I are flying down in October down to South Carolina because I don't know if anybody's aware of this or not, but I have 42 weeks, 2 days till I retire. And I feel, not to get political, but I feel that New York State is headed in the wrong direction with various things going on. Plus the taxes are high, utilities are high, everything is high up over here. And so we're kind of scouting out to see South Carolina. Would that be a potential place to retire? We have a mutual friend down there just to look around and say, hey, is this somewhere other that I want to retire to in a few years?
So in 47 weeks, you're going to retire? You're going to move down there in 47 weeks?
That gives me 4 weeks to get everything packed up because I'm retiring in 42 weeks.
I'll help you.
Wow.
I'm sure we can still do this from different states.
Except you still expect me in every Monday morning.
Yeah, well, we'll be FaceTiming or StreamYarding or something.
But when I'm up here, I know all of my sourcing. I don't know the first thing. I started doing a little research in the area of South Carolina, Greenville, South Carolina. I started doing a little research. It looks like there's a flea market, but looks like it's one of those, I don't want to disparage anything, but one of those, I call them the cheap Chinese flea markets where you get the people that are selling all the dollar items that they got from China, that kind of stuff, as opposed to an old flea market. Well, then I would have to change my sourcing.
Right.
Which I've done any number of times. When I first started, I was doing garage sales. I haven't done a garage sale in a long time, other than one that the guy across the street sets one up every year on Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
I will go there this week. That's the only garage sale I've hit in the last 3 years. I used to hit public auctions. They don't have those anymore around here. So I would want to be changing up how I'm sourcing because what am I, I can't, it's a whole new way. I do not go to antique stores. I may have to go to antique stores down there.
Yeah.
I was thinking too, even just the things I'm buying, what are the odds of me finding old books and magazines and all that at a garage sale? Not real good. Not compared to what I find now versus the old fleas and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
What would I end up doing? Maybe I'd be selling 1990s toys. Maybe I would change up what I'm selling just because of what I'm buying.
Yeah.
And I think that you always have to be nimble and you always have to be changing your sourcing.
Don, bite your tongue. Yes, he can abandon me. That's okay. I would hate to hold him back. Let him fly. Spread your wings. Fly south with the birds. You know where you should go?
Where?
Out to that northwestern Florida area, like the Greek. And then you guys can have a shop together. And then we're going to send Aaron down with a truckload of stuff to sell. That's what he wants to do.
There you go.
Mr. Magazine 2.0.
There you go.
Yeah.
We're a while away, Don. We're a while away on that over there.
I'll push him, Don. I'll push him. Don't worry.
Very liberal city. Gem in the South. Lived there for 4 years. There you go. Papergoy versus Harry Tornado for reseller king of South Carolina. Oh, that would be epic.
Nice. Yeah.
That'd be epic. Plastic tube stock flea market. Paper Boys move to South Carolina. He's gonna have to grow a thick,
True.
earthy beard. I'm working on it. I'm working on
I
it.
know, we got a lot of feedback here. This is
Everybody
great.
knows South Carolina.
They're trying to get you to go down there.
They are.
Hi, buddy.
8 pages of Tina Turner.
Speaking of Tina Turner, I just found out the game tonight, and I did get and it got certified from JC. I'm waiting for the letter. It's like some music program signed by Ike and Tina Turner, and they're both real autographs. They certified it, yeah. So I'm just, it's got to be big now, yeah.
That's big money, yeah. Wow. Last 30 days or so.
Best.
Unfortunately, it's the cheap stuff on Amazon. It's just cheap books, cheap comic books is what's selling best for me. On Amazon.
Yeah, for eBay, definitely like $10 die cast, $20 die cast, a lot of die cast stuff. Other than that, for me, the adult stuff is king right now, and and I'm pushing more employees into listing adult movies and DVDs and so forth because the profit margin is so much higher with no eBay fees. It's crazy.
Right. Oh boy!
Yes. Yep. The $100,000 peddlers. I can see it now. Them two partnering up.
Wow. Mr. Buy's liking some shrapnel for no reason.
That could be the multi-million-dollar peddler. We're just kidding.
Wow. But the other thing too is just talking about what you're buying out there. When I went to Springfield, you know what my main purchase was, Mr. Magazine?
No.
Original art,
Oh.
which 2 years ago I wasn't looking for, wouldn't have bought until I started buying stuff off Heritage.
Yeah.
I think I bought 5 magazines out there.
Wow.
There were maybe 7. There were almost no magazines out there. I bought 2 books at the entire thing.
Yeah.
I didn't find any sheet music, which again, I was looking around for older sheet music. I only saw a couple of people with it. And that's funny because 2 years ago, I wouldn't even have looked at the sheet music. Now that I'm trying to buy sheet music, and it's just how everything evolves and everything changes throughout the time. And you just kind of get into these other little areas. And when I find myself doing it, a sale like that is I'll go around. I've got the few dealers that I know that I hit constantly, and I pick off 5 to 10 items off of those dealers.
Yeah.
And then I end up working on some big deal, a larger lot from one dealer that happens to have, a given dealer, not any particular dealer, but somebody that seems to have good prices and a good stuff. And that's what I buy. And otherwise, if there's 1,000 tables there, 980 of them I buy nothing from. 10 tables I buy 1 to 3 items from.
Yeah.
9 tables I buy 5 to 10 items from. And then the one guy I buy a ton of stuff from.
Sure.
And that's the way it evolved. That was not the way it used to be by any means whatsoever. I used to be going around, I buy things that I could sell for $10 that I paid $1 for.
Right,
And even just think about yourself now with the deals you're doing now. If I had told you 15 years ago that you're spending $10,000, $20,000 a week, you would have looked at me like I had 3 eyes. You might say, "Oh yeah, I got one deal like that."
Well, it's funny.
But every week
you mentioned like Neat Stuff Collectibles, and they've been doing this forever. They've been big time for years, but they're always traveling like every week somewhere. They're going all over the country and finding good stuff. And you said that's going to be me someday. Like, hell no. I mean, I can't imagine doing it all the time, or I wouldn't like it. But it's really happy. It's becoming that. And luckily, I got Aaron to do a lot of the driving, so I can still run my business. I don't want to take a week off to drive, to Colorado,
South Carolina.
right? Or South Carolina. Yeah. But yeah, I mean that's what's happening now. Like every week, and he's finding deals. He's already got 2 deals in the works right now. And it's going to be like
I'm just laughing with Don said.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. But these 2 deals are going to be like $50,000. I go, let's put it off. If he's, if he does have another buyer, let's work a deal. Give me a month or so. I'll build up some money, and then we'll kind of do, hey, this deal first, that deal, or something. But it's every week something big is coming. Even locally, some guy came in today and he collected, the new records, the expensive ones you see in like Target and that. And he had 100 of them. And he paid $30-$40 a piece, and he wanted $10 a piece. So I bought them for $1,000, but you can make 3-4 times your money. And that's just a guy in Rochester coming in.
Speaking of that, did you know that at they're in Henrietta, you've got the Cracker Barrel? Did you know they sell 180-gram records there?
I didn't know that. They do sell a lot of weird, cool stuff.
Yeah, they sell 180-gram records there. Now
they're not cheap. I mean,
$30.
Yeah, $30 minimum. So I mean, and some of these were good with the Michael Jackson, Clearwater Revival, like the two, some of them are 30, $40. I'm paying 10 and they're all sealed. So, I mean, I know it's going to be, he did an instant collection. Now we're going to throw them on Amazon.
You have enough stuff to list without ever sourcing. And that is very true. Oh, and you say hello to Karen?
Cool. Karen's in the house. How's it going? Yes, I don't think he realizes that though, but I can't wait to see when he does move, what he's going to do with the stuff in the garage.
Aaron's going to move it for me. He and I are in secret negotiations.
Perfect.
Oh,
it's true.
That would be that was Local Mike there.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, how's it going?
Older items are selling on eBay. How long had the typical older item been listed? Oh, good question. 2014. So 8-9 years.
Yeah, I'm selling stuff around there. Yeah. I think we had one from 09. That's a long.
Yeah, I had one from 08.
And we actually had it. We actually could find the item, which was like, it wasn't a lot of money, but it was exciting to say it survived 14 years between 4 different locations, So.
Ink around.
Yeah, you guys know us well. Close. It was Georgia, but it was close. Yeah.
Yeah. See, now you can just bring it back up and bring stuff back down.
Well, we could set something up. Once a year we meet. Here or there. You might. Well, I don't know if you come back to Rester. Why would you? But
to see you,
we can. Well, we can meet halfway. We can meet a full way. We've been down there for camps and stuff, so who knows? But I can bring a truck and maybe we'll exchange some stuff. Whatever.
There you go.
Now, 2 questions. What about the RNK? What's he going to be doing? Any idea for his future?
Oh,
nice. All right.
No.
Right. And what about our other buddy there?
Who lives down there?
Well, no, our investor friend.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
It's further from him to see you now. Now, well, you fly anyway, so.
Yeah, right.
I'm just thinking ahead.
Wow, you're thinking more of this than I am.
I want to help you out so badly.
Postcard collections, let me know. I've been known to travel to make buys. Okay, yeah. Not the kind of thing we generally find, but you never know, Popeyes. Definitely will keep you in mind on that. In fact, you would be the first person who would keep in mind on that.
Definitely. Yeah.
All righty. Some exciting news tonight. Yeah. Mr. Magazine is like,
I'm going to sleep like a baby. I love this.
Mr. Magazine's helping me pack. It's weird.
Right,
Gonna head on into the rambling story of the week. I don't know if you know this or not, Mr. Magazine, but
you're going to move in a few years, yes, or sooner.
Last Thursday, I went to Springfield, Ohio. I don't know if you were aware of this. Mrs. Paperboy had to work, and so she got out of work. She actually was able to get out of work a little bit early. She's supposed to get out at 12:45. She texted me a little afternoon and said, hey, come pick me up. She took a little leave, unpaid leave, and I picked her up. She wasn't completely packed. She got all packed. We hit the road at 1:00. Now, it is a 6-hour drive. So we'd be getting down to Columbus about 7:00 if we didn't have to stop for gas, which obviously we do. Everything being perfect, we get down there at 7:00. We leave, and I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but I don't see very well at night when I drive.
I'm not good either, but I got these new glasses. They're light prescription, but clear as day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they definitely help me out.
Yeah, I have trouble driving at night, and I know you've driven places. Now you use the GPS. I'm old school. I do the paper directions.
Oh my God, they still make that? Or you print them out?
They still make them. Yes, they still make those. Yes, they do. So
you got to unfold them, and then you're driving, and then you can't see the windshield.
That's part of my problem. So I have the paper directions. Now, luckily, I've been there before. So I'm like, all right, we're going to go. We're going to be fine. No problem. We get on the road, start driving. Don't you know, we get behind a wide load truck that's got 2 escort vehicles, one in front, one in back, and a police car behind it, and everybody is afraid to pass. We literally were on the New York State Thruway going 20 miles an hour about 15 minutes after we started. Yeah. And I'm going, I've got a 6-hour drive and we're going 50. I said,
I get mad at those when there's like an accident, bumper to bumper. I can't. I'm looking at the GPS telling me the time, and it's like going down.
So so we finally get through all that. We get through New York State, no problem. We hit Pennsylvania. See a cop facing the wrong way on the side with his lights going. I go, what the?
Yeah.
Oh, we're stopping. Accident. Took 30 minutes to go 4 miles.
Oh my God. Yeah, that would be so upset.
And of course, I'm going, I can't see at night and I don't know where I'm going. I
Yeah.
really would like to get there.
Right.
So make it through that. No problem at all. Start driving on again. Construction. I don't usually swear. I was a lot less mild mannered than I usually was. Now, do you know what they try to do in Pennsylvania with the merges?
No.
They have signs everywhere that say, stay in lane,
Mm.
wait your turn. And what they want you to do is they want both groups of people, both lanes,
Yeah.
to pull up. One person goes, one person goes, one person goes, one person goes, which in theory is a wonderful idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
In practice, it doesn't work. And we were all backed up there with the construction. So here I am screaming up a storm because of that. Also driving in New York State, all of a sudden I go, what the? And there's a deer standing in the middle of the thruway. So here I'm going 65 miles an hour, and there's a deer
Yeah.
standing in the middle of the road. I'm like, what the? So
That's bad.
cut to the chase, I made it.
Good.
Made it before it got dark, and then we went, were able to check into the hotel and
Yeah.
go out to eat and all that kind of stuff. But that was not a good drive down there. Heading back, Mrs. Papergoy does not get up as early as I get up, but I made her get up at 3:30 in the morning.
Mhm.
And we left about 3:30, about 4 o'clock in the morning, and got home a little after,
Cool.
10:30 or so. So what a crazy drive that
That's
was.
amazing.
30 minutes for 4 miles, average day here.
Well, we were in Virginia one time driving south, and
North Virginia?
it could be bumper to bumper traffic, but they have the whatever the Virginia's easy passes, and there was no one in there. Like, I don't care what they're charging me. I'm going in. I went through. I don't know. It was like 15 or 20, but you saved like 20 minutes. I mean, I don't even care. Yeah, because someone could do it by accident. Because
Well,
there's like
especially
a
you were out
median thing, and you can go left into there or straight. And I'm like, I'm not going anywhere. Might as well go that way.
And you were out
Yeah.
of state, right? Out of
Oh,
state
yeah.
plates and everything?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
If somebody pulled you over, you'd be
Yeah.
like, I don't know what happened. I went the
Exactly,
wrong
yeah.
lane.
And I'll do it again if it happens. I don't care. Yeah. Moral of the story. It's pretty hard to do, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, everybody. It was a fun show. It was a crazy show today.
So we're gonna get off and get on stamps.com when we get off here. We're gonna start packing stuff up with South Carolina address. Let's just send it down to someone in South Carolina. Let's start going.
Well, remember a few years ago, or a few shows ago, I said there was still General Post.
Yeah.
I said everything General Post.
You'll beat it there in a year or two.
In a couple of years, I'll show up and go, any of my stuff down here? General Post.
I see. We set the goal like a year. Don't 2, 3. That's a long time. That's like 1,000 days. We can still do this, right? Anyone?
My
I
seat's not even
I'll
cold
help you
yet.
pack this tonight. Let's start in the corner. We'll just pack this little area right
My
here.
seat's not even cold yet. Jeez. All right, everybody, hit the like button if you could, and we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.